Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. And let's dive in right into the analysis here, and we'll start off with the S&P 500 as per usual. And today was actually a pretty big down day. I mean, we opened high and then we just started selling off throughout the entire day. We were down almost an entire percentage point on the SPY. And then you know what? Right at the end of the day, right before the market closed, guess who hopped on the news and was touting potential consensus? If we do get a consensus on inflation, that it would warrant probably some rate cuts, not hikes. And then the market took off towards the upside, basically reversing the entire move on the day. IWM, same thing. You had pretty much chopped throughout the day. We're down on the IWM as well, and then boom, we actually ended positive on the day on the IWM. Same thing for the triple Qs. The VIX, I believe, reversed and got crushed towards the downside here. So to me, this shows that we may actually have some good news coming on CPI tomorrow, and this would fit this count here, this narrative where I think the VIX is going to end up getting crushed all the way down to this 10 area, and the market should continue higher, right? So the market, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think if we don't get this dip down, let's say inflation doesn't come in hotter, and we don't get this dip down, then I think the markets are just doing another 1-2 here, and then you're just gonna continue towards the upside. This is just another 1-2 setup, and it's just we're just gonna blast off. And right at the close, you kind of saw Tesla and some interest rate sensitive stocks getting a nice little bid. Tesla is now up 2.25%. I believe we are up on this trade inside the Discord. So if you actually want to join and get access to my trades where I post what my portfolio is doing, then you can sign up with the link in the description. But let's continue, and I'll give you guys some more updates on some more of my positions here. So we'll take a look here. Let me just close this page on top of my head. Let me just continue on. Actually, before we get to individual names, we'll take a look at the SPY. So the SPY here on the 4-hour time frame, you do have green money flow still. Momentum waves are extending down, not showing any sign of a bottom just yet, but really not really showing like a big sell-off coming. I mean, this can reverse tomorrow if once the once the market opens and we have good data, then it could really just gap open, and this will be propelled higher. It's showing that it's topping out in the fifth wave, but these candles are starting to reverse towards the upside already. You still have thick green money flow. Same thing on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame confirmed a potential top here on the momentum waves, but the monthly still has not confirmed anything just yet. It could just be more sideways price action, until we really might just chop sideways and float up until this prints a red dot on the monthly time frame. Let me just check the quarterly time frame, because we don't really check that one too often. Let me just see here. 3 months. Okay, let's see how the 3-month candle is looking. The 3-month candle is still looking very bullish, because we just opened a new quarter recently, right? So this is still looking like we should get more upside. So I'm not too concerned or worried that the market is topping just yet. I know a lot of people are trying to call tops right now, but I think we should see more upside in this market. All right, so let's head over to WaveEdge. I'll give you guys an update if on big money and smart money, if they're selling or buying. Right now, no additional selling or buying, but big money has been selling into this rally here. It doesn't mean that they're done selling, or that the market's going to crash. We could continue to push higher, and they've already just taken their profits, and this is just a retail pump, and everyone piles in, and then we ultimately reverse all that, and then the retail's trapped. Big money's already sold, and they'll probably take this opportunity if there's a big pump to probably enter some short positions, or get into some other names, maybe gold. I don't know what they'll do, but I will let you guys know what they do in real time. Let's take a look at the triple Qs. I don't believe anything on the triple Qs. Triple Qs actually printed a green cross yesterday. So this is actually a bullish sign for the Qs. You can see these green crosses on the bull market and during a bull market, they actually perform quite nicely and actually show you good longing opportunities. So this was a longing opportunity yesterday, and it still could be at, right now. I mean, if you're opening some trades after the close. Let's take a look at the IWM. IWM 2-day, 3-day, still a lot of selling here, but just consolidating at the highs, right? Kind of consolidating at resistance, floating up top of previous resistance as well. To me, I think the IWM has a lot of opportunity. If we are going to get these rate cuts, then this is going to be propelled much and much higher, and the IWM is going to benefit greatly from that. Okay, let me cover some individual names here. So Tesla, right now acting very well. It's pushing higher. I really want to see this pivot break on 184 and just start to gap higher. That will be indicative of a wave 3, and then we'll know that the low is in, and then we probably have a nice little area to take profit right around 200 to 210, but we really won't know when the wave 3 is going to be in due to its very volatile nature. And it's the wave 3s. You don't really want to get in front of wave 3s. To me, I think they can pump much higher than the 1.618. But if I'm going to give you guys a short-term target, then anywhere between 184 to 1.618. But I wouldn't be surprised if this continued to the 2.618, right? Go as high as 222. If this was really like low interest, we're gonna get the rate cuts and everything, then this should be continuing higher into this area. But I'll adjust this target as we go, and I'll update you guys inside the Discord. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA getting a beautiful dip today, and like I said, this was my buy area at 839. I did not take any position in NVIDIA just yet because there is still that CPI data coming out tomorrow. So I'm just going to be sitting on the sidelines. If we get good data, then this is going to be propelled much higher. This whole market will be propelled much higher. And then we'll take a look at SMCI as well. So SMCI here down about 2.5% on the day because of the biggest semiconductor, NVIDIA, coming down pretty hard. But this one should be in a C leg here, but could it truncate? Could it continue higher? Could it just form a larger fifth wave? Yes, it could. This could technically continue to extend higher. This could just be an ABC, but you would need to see a little bit more downside to complete the C leg here. But other than that, I have a target right now down here to 719 to 482 on SMCI. Let me take a look at Apple, right? Everyone loves Apple. Apple getting a nice pump near the end of the day as well. Holding this pivot so far. I don't think we took the pivot out, this previous pivot and this fifth wave. So still holding. Once we start to gap higher, we'll know that the low is in. And then this could be the beginning of a wave 1. And then we'll do a 5-wave move count from there. Let me take a look at ROKU. So ROKU, get on to ROKU today. Interest rate sensitive stock. In my opinion, I think ROKU getting a nice pop today, up 3.29%. To me, this looks like the fifth wave could be finished now, and we are starting to take off. If this is really the low here for ROKU, then you should start gapping up higher and getting out of this buy area. Over $73 and start pushing significantly higher in a very dramatic manner, and then you'll do a 5-wave move from here, right? So you'll do something like this, and then you'll hopefully go to new all-time highs, right? But this should be a wave 1 of a wave 3, and then you'll continue the pattern, so on and so forth. All right, let me continue on, and we'll take a look at Mara. So Bitcoin took a pretty big dip today. It dropped from, this is the 7-hour. Let me just get on just Bitcoin very quickly, USDT. I'll just show you guys, even though it's not a crypto channel. So Bitcoin kind of dipped down from 71,000 all the way down to 68,000. Currently trying to hold support around 69,000. It's going to open a new candle soon in about 30 minutes. But when we take a look at the crypto miners, They're still getting beaten up here. I think they still have lower to go, which means maybe Bitcoin is going to dip, even though we get good CPI news. We'll know more once the day opens tomorrow with the data. But overall, I wouldn't stress about it too much. Like if I post my crypto trades on Crypto Mickey, so you guys can check it out there. But overall, these crypto miners should be in a pretty big buying area soon. I really like Hut Mining. I'm going to be looking to enter a position on Hut Mining, and maybe on a few other names as well. So on for now, I think there's still all of them should be in their C leg and retracing lower. But yeah, great opportunity coming up for a lot of these crypto miners. Pan American Silver. Let's take a look at some silver stocks. I mean, these names have been beaten up so much. It's just really nice to see them perform now. They are just going parabolic. Every gold mining, silver mining name is just going straight moonshot to the moon. At the moment, it's just really nice to see this. It's been a long time coming. Although, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Gold and silver are going higher every single day. But don't make the mistake of thinking that they can't pull back. They will, and they can pull back. But they might just get a sideways price action of a cooling off period, and then you'll just continue higher. So right now we're in a wave 3 essentially. I don't really have a chart here for gold just yet, but I'll be working on it, and I'll be doing lots of counts for gold miners as well. But overall, very bullish sector to be in at the moment. And I think that wraps it up. Let me take a look at TLT. So I think the market's going to continue higher, but that's just my opinion. TLT bouncing off today, getting a nice pop. So yields coming down, and maybe this is it. Maybe this is the sell-off that we're waiting for in yields. CPI comes in better than expected. Yields will collapse. Dollar will collapse as well. And this will be very, very bullish for the TLT. TLT will come out of here in a wave 1, and it'll most likely continue up higher, and hopefully it can break the 97 level. But we'll see. We'll know more tomorrow. I mean, it could go lower, but I'm putting my money on that the market should go higher. All right, let's take a look at the DXY. So DXY, I do have a bearish count for the DXY right now. It's showing that we should push higher. And don't think that the market can't go higher with the DXY going higher. Yes, if the dollar goes higher, the market can push higher, even though it should go lower. This should put pressure on equities. But we've seen up days, we've seen actually multiple up days where the market pushes higher with the dollar pushing higher anyways. Okay, all right. I think that wraps it up for today. I don't really have much to add. So tomorrow is going to be that big data dump, and I'll be updating you guys inside the Discord. News is going to be coming out at 8:30, core CPI, and then I believe we have the FOMC minutes coming out at 2 p.m. And then on Thursday we have unemployment claims, core PPI. Big data week essentially, and then on a Friday we have preliminary consumer sentiment. All right, have a good night, guys, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.